Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at my newest custom, which is of Marvel's Tusk. This is an original design. It's meant to be like the original character, but somewhat new, kind of like a new 52 version, if you will. So for this version, he's not some kind of worm guy with clay or whatever it is on his back. He is some kind of alien, or just a new type of mutant that's somewhat similar to a bison. We've got the big fur thing going around here that a bison has, and he still has his big tusks, slightly different design than the original, but I put those on. I gave him the shoulder pads, which are fairly close to the original look. It's built on the DC Universe Classics Kilowog body because we wanted him to be really big and imposing, and in fact, he stands about 9.5 inches tall to the top of his head, so he's got some really good size to him. I put the straps around the wrists here to make it look like he's wearing gloves. Same thing for the boots down here. Made the boots and gloves gloss black. The pants are a nice flat black, and then the belt matches the boots and gloves. I gave him a tusk on his hand because we decided for this version of him, he's able to create the tusks as he needs them, so he could use that to hit somebody. And then I sculpted a little metal bracket around there to be on his glove. Just kind of like Wolverine's claws used to have the little metal things on them, or his gloves had the metal things on them for his claws. I don't know if I said that right. And then I put the tusks on his back here. I didn't just sculpt points and then connect them because they would just be able to break off real easily. These actually have metal in them and plastic too. So if you hit it, it's not going to break. You might scratch the paint, but if you dropped them on those, they would not break. So I wanted to make sure he was nice and sturdy. Same thing for this one. There's steel in there that goes down into his hand. I sculpted all of this from scratch. The tusks are all sculpted from scratch, and then his face, the whole head is sculpted from scratch. We wanted to give him a humanoid look, but not to be quite too human, so he's a little extra muscular in the face. The bone structure is a little bit different. And then, of course, his eyes are black with white centers. Just give him kind of a more menacing, unique look. And then I left the chin thing almost the same as the original design for him, just because it is kind of an iconic look for him. So as you can tell, it's very similar to the original, just kind of like a new 52 twist. So the skin is like a satiny color. I didn't want it to be too flat or too glossy. Then it's got really subtle shading. I'm not a fan of skin having really strong shading on it, so that's why it's got just the tiniest bit of a darker brown underneath with the light brown dry brushed. And then I made the tusks in off-white because I didn't think they should look completely stark white. I just thought it would look weird. So we did that. And then the mouth and eyes are glossy to look kind of wet. And the rest is, as you can tell, not glossy. And then if you're familiar with Tusk, you know that he can spawn little minion type characters. So we wanted to do something like that, but not quite the same. So we made him a little minion that's kind of like a carbon copy. Not quite the same, but kind of close. So this guy's gray with a really dark grayish brown little mane thing, and this one has a little bit of a goatee on there, but you can see the eyes are the same general kind of look, and he's got the little tusk coming out of his hand here. But this little guy is just a Marvel Universe abomination with the tusk on his hand, and I added the mane, and then the head is another new sculpt from scratch. Made that to match the skin texture a little bit. And it's supposed to just look like either whatever my customer decides to come up with story-wise. Maybe it's a semi-similar species that's just his little buddy kind of partner in crime type thing, or he can create him, I don't know, whatever you want to do. But he wanted a little guy to go with him. And I didn't want him to just look like a little clone, because I thought that was kind of silly that they could spawn, or he could spawn clones out that looked just like him and had pants and things on him. So this guy is just something different, and my customer can come up with whatever he wants for that. So there's Tusk and his little minion, whatever you want to call that. I don't know. It's up to you. So stay tuned for some photos here at the end, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.